In this video, we're going to explore how our Gantry crane project works. This was designed and constructed by students. Uses a carriage assembly, a trolley that goes back and forth, east and west, and then there's a small electric winch that attaches to a string that goes down through a block to a hook at the bottom. We can pick up a payload. In this case, it's a small metal can. The idea is to put goodies in here that we can challenge tourists through our program to operate the crane to move the bucket of goodies to another location, in which case they earn the goodies. So here's a brief instruction on how to use this crane. The controls are actually optical. We have a sensor for up and down. These are two light sensors, and basically you just cover up the light sensor with your finger, cast your shadow over the sensor, and that makes it go up or down as the arrows show. Over here on the other side of the window, we have left and right control. So same thing, you just cover up the sensor with your finger, and your shadow cast on that sensor will trigger the crane to move left and right. So I'm going to turn the power on now. This is a solar powered project, and so we need to go over to our two junction box substations here, JB1, JB2, and turn on breaker number 5. Right there, breaker number 5 turns on power to the west cabinet, and that's going to allow our up and down controls to work. The east cabinet is fed from junction box JB2. Once again, breaker number 5, we'll turn it on as well. And that's feeder to the east cabinet, and that controls our left and right crane motion. So heading back out into the hallway, we'll see a quick demonstration. First, for the east and west motion, again, we take our finger and just cover up a sensor, and you can see the crane's actually moving in this direction, slowly but surely. I do recommend kind of a swiping motion with your finger as opposed to approaching the sensor head on. Sometimes it can be challenging to get the shadow of your finger in just the right spot. So I found if you just swipe your finger or your thumb from one side to the other until you start to see motion, that is a more reliable way to trigger the sensor. Coming over here and looking at the up-down controls, works the same. So there's the bucket. I'm going to take my finger and swipe upwards. And now that's lowering it. You can see the bucket's actually on the ground now. And I'll take my finger and swipe in this direction until it moves in the upward direction. And now we can see the bucket being lifted up. So the idea with this project is that it can be a challenge for any groups of students who are touring the program. You can have one volunteer operate the up-down control and the other volunteer operate the left-right control. And the challenge being they can take the bucket of goodies and move it from one place to another. So that's a brief introduction to the crane project. One safety-related item, not really safety, but I guess operational safety for the crane, and that is it is possible to actually draw the winch up too high. There's a magnetic limit switch that will stop it when it gets too high. I'll demonstrate here. If I take my finger and swipe over the up direction, now we can see over here as the bucket raises, it actually comes to a stop on its own. So right now, that's as far as the bucket will raise. The magnetic switch on, the magnet on the string itself has come close enough to the magnetic switch up there to engage the safety stop and to prevent it from going up any farther. So if anyone wonders why won't this thing move up anymore, that's why. So coming back over here, I'll lower it. It really only needs to be just off the floor in order to move it left and right, of course. And that's a quick demonstration of the Gantry crane system.